Hello and welcome to episode 20 of the Third and Short podcast. Week one of the off season with no games to talk about. See you soon. Take care. We've got a little bit to talk about. Some bits and bobs we're going to go through. Nothing really major this episode. It's a bit of a quiet one, bit of a shorter one. But firstly, I want to say a massive thank you to all 150 of our YouTube subscribers. We hit that milestone today. Something we were hoping to do before the Super Bowl, but we're a week
late. Fine, yeah.
We've done it on plus one, So we're happy with that. So thank you very much. We've had some new subscribers and some new listeners recently, and some great feedback from people, which we love. I think we're going to potentially outline some plans for the off season, maybe, and some of the things we're going to be looking at doing, and then talk about what we've got coming up next week. But firstly, I think, obviously, as per usual, check out silverfx.co.uk for all the merch. This is where I got this hat from. This is another podcast, Draft Punks podcast. Check them out. We've got Liam from there in our group chat. They're pretty knowledgeable about college football, I would say. First bit of news really that's happened. The only thing that's happened NFL-wise is JJ Watt. Where is he going to go? He announced his departure from Houston after so many years, and he was mostly thankful apart from being booed at the draft.
Salty.
Yeah, despite being an absolute wrecking ball for them over the years. Where I'd love him. I would absolutely love him to come to Oakland. I nearly said then to Vegas. I think he'd be great for our young defense that we've got. Just don't. Clearly, he wants to win something, doesn't he? So I don't think that.
Yeah, I think that's it for me. Like you say, the fact that he got released rather than let Houston get a pick for him shows that he's clearly negotiated that with them so he can pick his team. So he's doing a Brady, isn't he? He's only going to go to somewhere that he thinks can win. So
I was going to say, is he mates with Brady? Is he friends with Brady? Does he want to come to a winning team?
Is your Super Bowl one not come yet?
No, not yet. No. It's only been a week, hasn't it?
Hopefully it doesn't.
Directly from America. I've got the NFC champ, so there you go. I will take that for now. And it's got the logo, so there you go. Which is still weird. Like, why would you have? I can't do it there. Like, so what Super Bowl was it?
55.
Yeah. Why is this in the middle? That just makes it look like 54.
A little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like, surely you put the Lombardi Trophy as part of the L.
Jamie with his counterfeit goods.
Yeah. No, that's the actual logo, though, isn't it? It's like
the NFL's fake, though, isn't it? So
Well, yeah, but it's unscripted,
But maybe like Sue's come up handy, so Sue's contract's gone. Maybe he comes to the Bucks. Go even bigger this year. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Sue's great. It was probably a bit of an upgrade, isn't it? I don't know. I think my guess was the sentimental thing was the Steelers, because of his brother being there. But does he see them as contenders? Don't know. They got found out a bit, didn't they, last season?
I was going to say their season record, so it's different.
Yeah, but then again, I don't think they need to improve too much. And they've got a draft to come under the belt. I don't know what the cap situation's like or anything. That's probably one to ask Mark just to sort of see what they're looking like. But I don't know. I suppose it depends from his aspect. Is he going to look for money or will he sacrifice a bit of money because he clearly tilled out his brains now? I think he wants to win.
I think he'll take a pay cut to win something.
Yeah. I wonder what most people are doing him for the release because he's clearly negotiated something.
Don't pay me, but let me leave. Maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's a good move for Houston as much as they have lost the potential draft pick. I mean, it wouldn't have been. I don't think they would have got a first win with one season left, do you?
No, maybe not. He's worth a first.
He is worth a first, yeah.
But probably a second.
Yeah. It's definitely more. I mean, we paid a third for Leonard at the same time, and as much as Williams had a beast last season, the season we got him, he'd had a average career up to that point. There's a lot of hype, so he's clearly more than a third. But I think first would be pushing it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But I reckon they've saved a bit of face because they're a bit of a joke franchise all season, haven't they? And now I know a lot of Houston fans are saying that it's clearly class of the owners to have sort of paid his respect to him and gone, actually, yeah, for everything you've done, we'll let you go. But then the big question that's looming over that is, what does that mean for Watson?
Massive. Funny if he doesn't go anywhere. They've just literally binned off everybody that they had of any talent.
Season before, got rid of the best offensive weapon. This season, best defensive weapon. We're having fun.
Yeah, lucky Deshaun, you're staying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you don't want to play, not a problem. We'll just not pay you.
Yeah. I was of the opinion he won't be out of Houston, but when that news come up about what, I was like, maybe that changes things, but I don't know. You said it right. They have all the power.
I think so, yeah. And I've spoke to a few different people in different group chats, and people have said, "Oh, you could just refuse to play." Fine, don't pay him. You save yourself some money as well.
No, I mean, he's only just signed a new contract as well.
Yeah, so he's going to go nowhere for a few
4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen, is it? Because his career would then be over.
Yeah, and who's going to want to sign somebody who spits the dummy out anyway?
Yeah. So I don't know.
I was going to say, just been having a look at the betting odds to find out like who's favourites. To kind of Steelers are favourite, shortly behind are the Bucks.
Right. Okay.
And then Green Bay.
What's it looks like Green Bay?
It's American odds, so it's plus 175 for the
Right.
Steelers, plus 200 for Tampa Bay. So it's not much between them.
No.
I'm pretty sure it was 7-1 on Sky Bet for him to be there in week 1 at the Steelers. Pretty good bet, 7-1 for him to be there in the first weekend. And I say Green Bay shortly behind Tampa Bay.
I think he goes NFC. I think he goes NFC. It's
Green Bay or Tampa seem the
Easy
two
division.
most.
Well, is it easier? I think I think he'd make more of an impact in the NFC.
Be more noticeable.
There's less mobile quarterbacks to get to.
Yeah, that was my thought process.
Yeah.
Don't think he's going to chase Mahomes and Lamar and
the
rest of them.
No, absolutely not. I think that's going to be it for maybe the next 2-3 years. I think the AFC is going to be the more dominant one until the NFC drafts some more mobile QBs. Probably going to get at least 2, aren't they, this draft? So I have to see where he goes from there. I mean, again, I've not watched it for years, but pretty much since I've been watching it, the AFC have been the dominant force. I imagine it swings quite a bit from what I've seen.
Jets and Jags are both AFC, aren't they?
Oh shit, they are, yeah. I keep because of how bad the Jets are, I keep thinking NFC because they just suit. They should be in the NFC East.
And you still finish bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Fucking hell, yeah. What does that mean?
Tree Lance.
Tree Lance. I love it. What's your thinking? Where do you think he'll go?
Oh, I'd love him. I would love him at the Raiders. I think he'd make a massive difference. The same with Richard Sherman as well. I think I touched on.
You want that leader, don't you?
Yeah, and I think Richard Sherman would sort out the defensive backs. He's been around. He's been in this, around good players and good coaches, and he's a good player. A bit injury prone, but I think he'd do a job for us. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't have an agent, so he tends to get.
Didn't you say that on that pod you sent me?
Yeah, I'm sure he tends to have a lesser salary expectation because he doesn't have to pay an agent, so he can take less. Playing in Vegas, there's no tax either.
No tax, yeah.
And he's worked under Gus Bradley, our new DC, so there's that little connection there. So I've sidetracked on Sherman there, but I would like JJ Watt. I think he'd be great for the likes.
I don't think there's any team in the league that could turn around and say,
yeah, everybody he's going to improve most teams, isn't he? Even if it's just for depth.
We've got Max Crosby and Cleve Farrelly. I think they're just on year 2. I think they'd have JJ Watt come in and just teach him for a year. Get real production out of year 3 going into year 4 would be great. Where do I think he'll go? Oh, I could see him going to Tampa maybe. They keep most of that team together.
Like I said, we do have a big cap space as well. I know obviously we're probably going to be re-signing everybody. Evans has already said that he would take a pay cut to get everyone back as well. So you never know. Again, Brady said they're coming back to go bigger and try and win it back to back. So maybe people take a pay cut, try and do it, bring in extra weapons in that defense, which is ridiculous. And then you never know. But he is a Wisconsin native, so Green Bay could be a good one for him as well. He is from Wisconsin.
He has to go home.
How old is he, Jamie?
He's 31. 30,
it's not going to be
32 in March.
A contract, is it really? It's going to be a 2-year, maybe.
Maybe even a 1 year if it is Bucks. Try and do the whole go big.
I don't know. I think he'll want more than 1 year though.
Yeah.
This stage of his career, he's not going to be skint, is he? But
especially if he has just waived a potential salary or something.
Yeah,
Again, I don't know what his contract was like, but if it was loaded towards the back end as well, maybe. You don't know what he potentially missed out on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure he can put his hand in his back pocket and he'll be comfortable for the next few years. But...
yeah,
he's only won 3 defensive players
$15 million a year.
It's 3.5 mil.
15.5.
15.
15.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah.
Which is quite a lot for.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
But again, I suppose we don't know if he has wiped that off, because if they release him, for example, say it wasn't him trying to ask for a release and stuff. Say if they released him like we did with DeAndre Baker, we still have the obligation to pay him, don't we? So I imagine that would be the same for them. I think Mark was saying something like, because of obviously DeAndre Baker's accusations and stuff, we could have asked for some back, but we had to pay him. It still goes against the cap. I don't know if that's maybe the same for.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
not
sure. Want to ask Mark. So
like I said, maybe to save the draft capital, they've just went, just go. Like both parties have mutually agreed to split, no money owed. Just go. And he's like, fine, cheers.
Yeah. I can't see Houston just saying to him, you know, feel free to go. Like there's got to have been a benefit other than a bit of saving face from them, hasn't there? Because like it's a second round pick, especially when they don't have a first round pick this year because they've traded it away. And is it next year as well they've given away still? Or
I don't think so.
Not much cap space either. Wasn't it on the GMs that were available? That was like the worst cap out of the teams that they had or something. So they've got to be getting some benefit out of it, and losing a player of what's ability is not a benefit, is it?
There's so many rumors going around at the moment. Like, what do you think is going to be the craziest move? There's rumors that obviously he's going to go. Dak Prescott and Deshaun Watson are going to swap. Russell Wilson going to the Jets. Sam Darnold moving. There's so much stuff that's going around.
I pray to God that fucking
Russell Wilson
end up at the Cowboys. That would be horrible. That would
because they'll win it.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, Dak is a decent quarterback, but he doesn't put fear in you like Watson does.
Watson doesn't put fear in you like fucking Mahomes does.
Yeah.
So one person is revealed on that. Apparently, the Jets will receive Russell Wilson. The 49ers will receive Deshaun Watson. The Texans will receive Sam Darnold and 3 first-round picks and 1 second round. And the Seattle Seahawks will receive Jimmy Garoppolo, Nick Bosa, and 2 first-round picks.
49ers are not going to let
Bosa go. I'm letting them go. No.
I mean,
and 2
for Deshaun Watson, though.
Yeah. No, I don't. The 49ers are a good quarterback away from being really, really good. And I don't think they need Deshaun Watson to win that division. I think they need someone better than Jimmy G. Stafford would have been ideal.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's definitely going to be some big stuff to keep an eye on over the offseason. There's going to be some big changes around. Like I said, if that's right, that's 4 or 5 quarterbacks changing. I mean, I was looking on Sky Bet as well before, and I'm pretty sure it said, where has it gone? That the favourite, Carson Wentz for the Colts.
Yeah, it was in the group the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah, like he's 6 to 4.
Yeah.
He's 6 to 4
Was it 2
They'll be
seconds?
starting with the Wentz.
The
Something
rumour.
like that, yeah, 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was somewhat ridiculously dear for
go
what
out
he
for a
is.
backup, won't he?
Well, he's also 6'4" for the Bears as well.
Yeah, there's rumours of the trade, isn't there, of him and Foles.
Yeah, so there's so much
I
stuff
think
to keep
Eagles
an
fans
eye
would like because of Foles, but
on. Yeah.
it puts them in a better position, but it's not a massive upgrade, is it?
I can't wait till Carson Wentz leaves and they can just call him Carson Went.
Yeah. I'm hoping it really happens because I've got a Football Manager Network game with Phil that we've recently started, and he's made the password for me to log on. I love Carson. So he needs to log off as soon as possible so I can change that password because it's pissing me off. But yeah, I mean, I can see a bit of a QB merry-go-round. I think I said it a couple of episodes ago. But then the more I thought about it, I'm sure Mark was saying when we had him on that this is a real QB-heavy sort of draft, and there's potential 6 could go in the first round. So then you look at the amount of teams that need a QB. Maybe there won't be as many moves as people think. There's still the question mark over what the Jets do with Arnold.
Yeah, we'll get a pick for him. We'll get a second.
Yeah. Or do they keep him? I know I don't. I mean, I know Darnold is is an okay QB, but
Keep him as a backup.
If you're second in that draft, you're taking Justin Fields, aren't you, or Zach Wilson?
The thing is, though, Darnold was the best quarterback in that draft. Coming out of college, he was better than Baker and he was better than whoever else ran after him. I can't remember.
Yeah, and you just don't know what's going to happen with him, do you?
No, because that was Saquon's draft, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Because Baker went first, then he was Heisman. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting, and thank God it's only a few weeks away. To be fair,
Darnold ends up at the Patriots, maybe, or Steelers, perhaps.
Yeah. It's not
Cam Newton to the XFL.
I'm interested to see where he's going to end up because, I think you said it last week, Matt. He's too good for a backup, but not good enough for a starter.
Yeah, he's like Mariota, isn't he?
Yeah, and he'll demand a lot of money, like a bit like Mariota. He's a day back. What do you say? 7 million a year or something?
11, I think it was. It might have been 7. I can't remember. Tyrell Williams was 11 actually. That's the wide receiver. I can't remember. Yeah, it was a lot anyway. It was a lot. The most expensive backup quarterback in the league.
And Campbell strikes me as that guy that will want money.
Mariota was pretty good in the game against Chargers.
Well, I think you were saying, a few Raiders fans were saying, well, why don't the season's done?
I did, yeah. But sticking with the last 2, which was Miami and Denver. But,
yeah. Mark's desperate for Watson, isn't he? Absolutely desperate.
I'm interested to see what we're going to do next year.
Raiders would do that? No.
I can't see them.
Oh dear, isn't he?
I get Mark's point in that we've got Mahomes to contend with for another 9 years. We've got Herbert for at least the next 4. We've got whatever Denver do for however long that is. Whether they bring somebody in from the draft or whatever. So we are going to need to compete. I just think Gruden's probably going to stick with Carr.
Yeah. I think one of the points I'd picked up on Mark was making, obviously, he was saying, I know Turner obviously wants the defense sorted because there's a lot to do there based on last season, isn't there? But I know Mark was sort of saying, if you've got a QB that gets you one more score, then your D doesn't have to do anything. But if you get your D that saves you one score, you're in that position. So I don't know. I like the dilemma of what you do with the re-signing piece.
JP hit the nail on the head when he said, if you're going to trade your quarterback, you need to make sure you get an upgrade. And he, he's sort of saying with Garoppolo and Carr, so I don't think there's going to be many available that are better than those 2, barring Watson. So then do you give a kid ransom for Watson? I don't think we do, because not with RD.
Not when you're paying your O-line where you are as well, because you can't get out of that quite easy, can you?
I think we can cut Trent Brown.
Is he the one that's been injured most of the season?
Yeah, he's played about 30
Do you think that's a possibility?
He did nearly die, to be fair. I don't know. I really don't know. It's quite intriguing to watch what we do with a new defensive coaching team, not just an DC. But it'd be interesting. I think we might get Melvin Ingram from San Diego, or LA Chargers, wherever they are. He's available. I know. Who's at mid this week? 1 week of no football.
Oakland and San
I know.
Diego.
1 week of no NFL, and I've forgotten where teams are based.
Yeah.
In the St. Louis Rams. Yeah, but once Deshaun leaves the Houston Oilers, I'm going way back here. Be interesting to see what we do. I think, I don't know. Whatever happens, I know we're not going to win our division, are we? So
yeah, that's the difficult thing, isn't it?
We were closer. We beat KC, and we probably should have beaten them in the second game. So that's positive. That's good.
Yeah.
But the amount of times we crumbled against teams, we crumbled against the Bucks, we crumbled against the Patriots, we crumbled against the Dolphins at the end, the Chargers at the end. It's just that needs to stop. And I think
the Super Bowl showed, though, didn't it, what a defense does as well?
Yeah.
It wasn't
defense wins championships.
Yeah, it wasn't two QBs, firing on all cylinders. As the debate has been in our group, when Tom Brady, was he average or not, or did he just do what he needed to do? But Tampa's D was just outstanding, wasn't it? And so, where do your priorities lie then? You've got a QB in Carr that is good. I'd say he's above average. He's not amazing, but then with a good QB and an amazing defense, you should be able to win something.
Yeah, which is basically what Tampa have done.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Brady's on his declining years, isn't he? So he is good. He's not excellent anymore.
It's literally what happened when Denver beat Cam Newton. They had Manning, he retired after actually. Von Miller won.
Yeah, MVP.
Is that the last defensive player to win it? Probably isn't.
Last non-quarterback.
Yeah. Which is crazy. Which it should have probably been like Devin White or whatever.
I only think he wasn't a defensive player for the Bucks because there's so many of them to pick from. So they just thought, we'll just go with the obvious. Stops an argument.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, is it voted because they were asking you to vote during the game?
Yeah,
or does that just count towards it?
Don't know.
Because it's a coincidence that a QB gets all the pissing.
How can you vote during the game as well? Because the game's not finished.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree with that.
Because somebody might make a massive play right at the end to save the game, like Devin White when he intercepted it in the end zone.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It is a weird one. So I suppose we're gonna have to pick a team, aren't we? The whole thing was talking about where do you think what goes. For the sake of the episode, I think we need to pick a team so we can look back and see if we pick right or not.
I think he leaves the AFC. Don't think he'll want to play Houston as often.
Yeah.
Because he's from Wisconsin, I'll go Green Bay.
You're going Green Bay.
Yeah.
Jamie?
That was my argument as well. My head says Green Bay, but I wouldn't be surprised if we take him and the Bucks get him.
Yeah.
It's between the Bucks and Green Bay, I reckon. Bucks can offer him that opportunity to get a Super Bowl. So can Green Bay. Green Bay obviously lost in the NFC Championship game to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so So I reckon they are the two best teams in the NFC at this time. So it's going to be one of the two. The only other choice maybe would be if he likes to ever go to LA, but you never know. It depends if he can do with, because they are the third best team in the NFC, aren't they? So if he's going to the NFC, he needs one of those.
He goes to the Rams. I don't think he goes to the Rams. Purely.
Can you imagine him and Donald?
Well, who's taking the number 99 jersey for a start?
Yeah.
I don't think he goes to the Rams. They don't need.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to be between Green Bay and the Bucks, to be sure. Like I said, he's from Wisconsin. He go back home, enjoy life, but be closer to family, whatever. But the Buccaneers are probably the most opportune team to go there and try and win it back to back and win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'll say Steelers still. I said it when it happened, so I'll say it now. I think
apparently he ruled it out not so long ago as well. He said that he's not interested in going, but again, that could just be talk, can it?
Yeah, you just don't know. I don't want to go with the Bucks or Green Bay because we've covered them, so I'll stick with Steelers. Just purely on the sentimental value. Let's see.
Just gonna have a quick look to see if the Buccaneers are actually going to be playing the Texans next year, just for fun. They aren't. That's fine. We do have the Giants.
I don't think that'd completely rule his.
I know. But you never know. It should just be
between two teams, and one of them is playing Houston. He might not want to go.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The professional athletes, aren't we? So
I think in a week or two he won't give a fuck about Houston.
No.
As much as he says it. The fact that he came out mid-season and was moaning about that they're a shit franchise and they're not doing what they need to do and how he's been and the decision he's made.
Green Bay don't have him either.
More than Houston, which is fair enough. I would. But yeah. So I suppose talk about plans for the pod during off season. So we're sort of gonna obviously when we finish recording this, with the three of us gonna get together and just sort of map out a few weeks and a few episodes to sort of see what we want to be doing. Main crux of it is obviously going to get more people on. Some guests lined up, obviously more people out of our WhatsApp group. Some people have been really active in there, and people we want to hear their story. We've had quite a few ideas coming from that group. A few people have mentioned a few things that we really want to look at, which I think is great. And one of the things we wanted to mention on this episode was, for those people that aren't in that group and regular listeners, if you just want to send us a message on Twitter or Instagram, anything like that, of anything you'd want to see or any ideas you have. We've got plenty of weeks to fill in between now
especially
and
after the draft
season. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Please get ours and give us anything. Some of the stuff we've had is reviewing Hall of Famers, and whether we think they were worthy.
Hall
of Farmers, as the text said. Yeah. We've already discussed that we think we want to have sort of divisional episodes. Someone from each team and each division talk about. That'll probably be post-draft, I reckon, once the draft's been done. So we've got the eternal optimism of the NFL ready to be shattered for the season. But yeah, just discuss chances and what they're expecting. But between now and then, we've got sort of 8 to 10 weeks to fill. So we're having some guests on. We've obviously put a tweet out you've seen, mentioning that it's award season. Jamie's big on the award season. He loves it. So it's something we're going to roll over into the pod. We've been doing this now for what we're talking 5 months,
20 weeks.
5 months. Yeah. And we think it'd be nice and fitting to sort of end the season, I suppose, with some awards, NFL related and pod related. So if any of you guys have got some sort of categories that you think would be a good idea, again, ping it over to us. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no stupid suggestion there, because some of the ones we've spoken about are not what you'd probably expect.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything from you guys, plan wise? I know I've not really covered much, but
that's just what you said. I think we're going to get some guests on, aren't we? We're going to look to cast our rod out, see if we can get any bites from players, past and present. Stuff like that. Obviously, we're probably going to have Tom Brady on, so I can speak to him man to man and ask him if it was a fumble.
Make sure he's had some tequila beforehand.
But it's going to be interesting. We're going to try and get something out for you every week and keep it rolling. We like the feedback we get in the group and outside the group as well. Get quite a few messages of friends and people who listen regularly, so we appreciate that massively. So that's why we sort of want to involve everybody with the awards. If somebody suggests an award and we like the idea of it, then we could have the whatever award suggested by whoever.
Sponsored by.
Won't be sponsored by Corona, will it?
Yeah, scumbags. Maybe Roberts after last week.
Still nothing.
Has a good segment, to be fair, to come across. We've done well. I'm rocking the Carling glass again, filled with Moretti. That's my last Moretti though. So I don't know
what's going to happen for the awards. You got to have wine or something for the awards.
yeah. I've got some champers in the fridge ready for the awards.
A little bit of the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Bottle number 2 going in the glass. Still nothing.
You've got to open a bottle and give it a pour for the
Still using the bottle opener.
I think he mentioned, was it last week or the week before, Matt? He mentioned that we're going to start reviewing some beers and some drinks. Off season, just it seems to be one of our things on here. We always have a drink when we're sort of discussing. So
because we've got a problem.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I'll keep saving my calories for Monday. But yeah, so that's it. I think, like Matt said, 150 subs, absolutely amazing. We're buzzing with that. So thank you, everyone. Big shout out to Pete Saunders. Thank you, mate. You can now probably all tell I'm not as grainy as usual because Pete sent me a ring light, and as he so kindly put it, he wanted to see my fat head a bit clearer. I haven't done the lines yet for you, Pete. I'm slacking, but I'm going to be looking sharp for the awards. Don't you worry. But yeah, thanks everyone. We're still loving this. It's not become mature yet, and I can't see it become mature. We've got so much to do, so much to cover, and it's great. We love it. I don't think I could put it any differently, chaps. Yeah.
Like I said, there's so much stuff that I want to talk about, but I want to leave stuff to as a surprise, so people listen to keep that surprise on there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. The award should be a good. It should be a good one. Should be a good episode. Probably a long one.
Probably.
So be prepared to watch it in 2 parts.
Hopefully, we'll have the nominees announced by different people. It should be fun.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for this week. So it's a bit of a short one. Bit more of a filler episode, just to sort of keep us going. We will be bringing regular content, definitely. So we didn't just want to leave it for a week because we weren't awards ready. We just wanted to put something in there. And there was big news with JJ Watt. So
JJ Watt got it right.
I know.
What people didn't know is for the 10 minutes before we press record, Tom went TJ Watt, no, it's JJ Watt.
Got it written down to make sure I remember.
I was fully expecting to go TJ Watt.
But yeah,
JTJ.
So we'll
TJ Matt.
we'll see you all next week. I hope you all watch it suited and booted. Take care.